All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I would love to give our praise, our honor, and our glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. The honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, whose taught us is 100% truth. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom to all the Akim pushing truth and sincerity. And shalom to the sincere Aqua that may be out there watching and learning. It's your brother Yacall from the GMS Columbus, Ohio camp, coming at you again with another lesson through the Spirit. This should be a quick lesson. Of course, this is all lessons they've been went into before, but it's important to keep bringing these lessons out. Repetition is key. And understanding that there are always new viewers that may watch and may have not caught the lesson done before. But Lord willing, in this lesson, I'll try to bring out a little bit more information on this topic itself. But I got this video that I came across, and I'm going to let this play and then go into a little bit.
Here it is all. Surely let it go. Are you turning off?
Which kid do you think is going to get bullied first? This is controversial, but are we raising our sons to have dance-offs to protect our wives? Or are we raising our sons to be protectors and providers for our wives? So those on the more liberal side probably are enjoying the dancing video, but as I'm looking at it again, I'm raising my son to be warriors. I want them to provide, to protect not only their wives, but their kids and our country.
See that? So in this regard, right, you got this kid up top, very, very effeminate, shucking and jiving, gyrating his hips, ballet, whatever the hell you want to call it. It is disgusting, to say the least, all right? I'm not going to rip too hard on this kid, of course, the way they do things in this world today, you can't speak about children and everything, and, really, it's not even fault at this child, it's at fault to the parents. These parents have become soft. The parents have become too accepting, okay, allowing their children to take on whatever lifestyle they choose. The world promotes so much today, be what you want to be, okay, and it's being put in these children's face to be effeminate. They grow up around women. It's clear as day, it's been over many times, the fathers, they have no say so, and even ones nowadays that are inside in the household, everybody goes through the mother, you got fathers out there that, hey, go ask your mom, for some reason, mothers have the final say so on certain things, and at the end of the day, the mother is over the children. But, in certain aspects, especially aspects such as this, the father is the one that needs to be there to help mold, especially their sons, to be young men and not be young women. Okay? So in this regard here, you got this other young man at the bottom, being trained in the right manner. Okay, he's learning how to fight, and looking at him go, he's very, very trained for his age, and if you understand, life and how it's run, how it was set up to be, the age that is considered per se grown is not the same as it once was. There are accounts in the scriptures where men of young age, were put in high positions, and that's why it's important to train up your child and put them in the position to be fully equipped for the world we live in. You've heard it your whole life. It's a dog eat dog world, you know. And if you got your son, all he know is how to be soft and effeminate and shake his hips, he gonna get ate up and spit right out, man. You see? So I'll start here. Proverbs 22 and verse 6, it says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. What does that mean? Show your child the way that he is supposed to live, he or she. Okay, it isn't just man basis to women as well. You know, the women, the young women these days don't know how to take care of a household. They don't know how to take care of a man, how to treat a man, how to serve a man. They don't know how to raise their children in the correct way. Okay, a lot of women don't know how to cook, don't know how to clean properly. Okay, it's a lot of things that are not taught and promoted enough in the household, man. The fathers is who knows where, all right? And a lot of times it has to do with the mother pushing the father away because of their own problems or things that they went through in their relationship, okay? But there are instances a lot as well where dads just don't want to be in their children's life, all right? And in the world we live in, especially today, is extremely serious to have a real father in the household, because this world is going down the drain very fast. And that's, real quick, that's why it's more so the worst generation to live in, because when shit gets real and things go back to primitive times and, you got to possibly live off the land or fight to survive, a lot of people, majority of the world is not ready to do that. Okay? And when it happens, a lot of people are going to die for that reason alone. And many other reasons, but that's going to be a big part, because you got kids being trained to be women and to be soft and all lovey-dovey and this and that. Like, man, you losing. All right? The kids that are being trained up, that are still outside, playing outside, all right? Learning how to get dirty, all right? Learning how to work, okay? If you show your child what it means to be a man or a woman, it's like this scripture said, when he is old, he will not depart from it. Come on. If you training your child to be like this boy up top, when he gets older, that's most likely who he's going to be. And then if he was ever to get checked on this topic by somebody close to him, by a real man or whatever, he's going to resent that man. Turn his cheek to that man. All right? It's a sad reality we live in this world. All right? And it's all playing a big part, you know what I'm saying? These social media, etc. So I just looked up a couple things. And this one I looked up, have children grew tougher or weaker over time? It says, studies suggest children today are generally weaker and less fit than previous generations, despite often being taller and heavier due to increased sedentary lifestyles, screen time, and less unstructured outdoor play, leading to declines in strength and endurance. Though some research shows improvements in social skills, this trend highlights a worrying decrease in physical resilience, with faster declines seen in more recent years. See? And I could say the reason why social skills have been increased is because this world has become so accepting. You see? And that's all I could say about that. Okay, and then I also looked up, has depression increased? Has depression in children increased over time? It says, yes, studies consistently show that depression and anxiety in children and adolescents have significantly increased over time, with sharp rises observed in recent years like 2016, 2020, even before the pandemic, pointing to a growing youth mental health crisis linked to factors like social media, societal pressures, and the other environmental stressors. You see, if you were equipped and prepared and ready to take on these things from a child, it wouldn't be so daunting on you. All right. But since you grew up soft and this and that and the third, when shit starts getting real, now it's like, damn, I can't take this. You know what I'm saying? So it's better for you to deal with these problems and have a mind and a general understanding of these things to come. So that way, when they come to you, it's not such hell for you. All right. And that'll lead me to my next precept. It's Hebrews 12. And I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, if you endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is whom the Father chasteneth not? You see, so you go through these things as a child, all right, and you are exposed to certain things as a child. As you grow older, you are able to handle these things a lot better when they come to pass. All right. And of course, this is dealing with, Jake, you know what I'm saying, in the truth, you know what I'm saying, understanding the chastening that comes with being the man of the Lord. But, just applying it to everyday life as well. It's to be understood, as a father in the flesh, in the spirit, you have to put the pressure on, man, as a child. Of course, you don't be overbearing, understanding that this is a child. Okay, it's not to feel like abuse, but it's not supposed to be easy. Okay, it's not supposed to be something that you just push under the rug and say, oh, okay, well, my baby don't want to do this and do that, so I'm going to just let him do what he wants. Hell no. That's the problem with this world today. Kids ain't getting whoopings no more. Their parents are telling them, do whatever you want to do. You can say whatever you want to say. You can act how you want to act. All right? That shit's off, man. Okay? And that's why coming in this truth is so great, because it shows you the structure that you always needed, because a lot of Jake didn't have that structure. A lot of us grew up in, single parent households. Father was in and out the life, if you had one at all, So coming in this truth, you know what I'm saying, and understanding what this chastening comes with, being trained up, all right, because we're being trained up, you know what I'm saying, we're young in the truth. We're young in the faith. The Lord is training us up. The Lord is putting the Spirit upon us. All right? And understanding what's to come. You got to be doing that for your children now. You can't wait and think shit's going to be cool and allow your child to do whatever the hell they want. That's not how it works, man. Your child is set up for failure in that manner, man. All right? Let's get a couple more. Just went through these cross references. I've seen a couple. I know I want to go here. Yep. So Spirit. Proverbs 19 and verse 18. I'll read it in NLT. Lord willing, it says, discipline your children while there is hope. Otherwise, you will ruin their lives. You see, you got to get on your kids while they're young. You can't wait. You can't wait until you're grown or they're grown and think, damn, I fucked up. Nah, it's too late now. Their mind's already made up. Okay? You gotta show children things young, because they're sponges. When you're young, you're a sponge. You soak up a lot more. Okay? And that's why it's important to understand how you carry yourself and how you conduct yourself around younger children. And it's the same thing that applies in the truth. You got to be careful and be mindful how you carry yourself and how you act around younger brothers. All right. Men young in the faith. All right. Because, a lot of children, a lot of youngins in the truth don't have, I want to say that, they don't know how to take certain things. And they don't have the full understanding, like certain things that an elder may do, it's not for you to do at this moment. All right. So, that's why over here at GMS, we push the certain vibrations Like whatever we do outside of the truth, all right, that's besides the point. But when we push out these videos to the flock and we are trying to teach and show something great, all right, we're not going to show you, hey, pull up to this McDonald's. I'm about to get me a sandwich real quick in the middle of my fucking lesson. Okay, I'm not about to promote this. If I'm going to promote something, it's going to be the scripture. It's going to be something that benefits you and your health and your spirit. All right, it's not going to be shit that benefits your flesh. Like, oh, I want to feel good, so I'm going to go do this and I'm going to go do that. Come on, man. All right. Of course, we keep it balanced. You know what I'm saying? It's not just super roughneck and all that. But for the most part, this is gritty, man. This is what it is. It's straightforward. It's blunt. All right. Because we're training. All right. We're training. All right. And you can't show everybody everything, man. You know, you don't know how they will take it, man. And certain things that you show your children, people under you, can destroy them. All right, just because it ain't destroy you don't mean it won't destroy them. All right. So, you know, dealing with that chastening, you got to chasten your children, man. Chasten the brothers that are under you, etc. And in both aspects, your children in the flesh and in the spirit, man. You know, everything is not for everybody. All right. But one thing's for sure is you got to be real, man. Show men how to be men. For the mothers out there, show your young ladies how to be young ladies, how to be women, how to be wives. It's all important. It's very important. All right. All these things are detrimental to survival in the world we live in today. You see? But try to get one more, Lord willing. You know, we'll call it that. But it's perfect right here through the Spirit. Let's see. Proverbs 23, verse 13, it says, withhold not, Proverbs 23:13 says, withhold not correction from the child. For if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. You see, thou shalt beat him with the rod and shalt deliver his soul from hell. Come on, man. Discipline and training and all these things coincide with each other. Okay, it's not easy. All right, it ain't easy to wake up 6 a.m. Dang, I gotta go run. I'm only 5 years old. My dad got me up running and working out. But them are the moments that stick. You know, training your child. Okay, get up early. Let's go work. You know what I'm saying? Get your work out the way. Then you can go chill. Then you can go play. You see? And that's the same thing we do in the truth, man. Get your business out the way. Then you can chill out. Okay? Discipline, all these things, man. Okay, that's very important to learn at a young age. A lot of us grew up 20, 30 plus years, 40, it's older brothers in the truth that just came in. You done spent the whole lifetime with no discipline, no real structure, nothing. You just was going to flow with life. Picking up on a bunch of BS, man. So it's important to embed these things in your children at a young age. So just like in that first precept I read, train up a child in the way he may go. All right, so when he is old, he will not depart from it. Roughly paraphrasing, man. You see, it's important, man, and we gotta train and push the vibration of growth at a young age. All right, for children in the world. All right, and for young brothers in the truth, man. All right, work first. Pleasure after. All right. Training, discipline is key. All right. But that's it. Through the Spirit. Lord willing, is edifying. Give all praise, honor, and glory again unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors again to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone.